This is the Ride1UP Portola 2, the follow-up to an e-bike that's been on our best folding e-bike list multiple years in a row. So I'm super excited to see how much they've upgraded this. It starts at just $895, gets a redesigned frame, 750 watt motor, Intuit Drive, torque sensing pedal assist, 10 or 15 amp hour batteries, and a much nicer 3.5 inch color display versus the last version. It's also got Find My and a bunch of power customization options. But none of that matters if it's a pain to fold. So we'll start there, and then I'll get you all of the verified test results in the first 60 seconds of this video. Let's go. And if you're actually trying to compare e-bikes, check out our best folding e-bikes guide of 2026 at riderguide.com, where we also have a special ride finder tool.
64.7 pounds on our scale, folded in 8.1 seconds, and was ready to ride again in 21.7. 0 to 20 took 5.6 seconds, and the hill climb was 12.7. Braking took 18.4 feet, and we got 39.2 miles of real-world range. Those are the numbers. Use the chapters to skip around to any test you want, but first, let's actually fold it. This whole thing took 8 seconds, and the mechanism feels really simple and clean, and like it's actually completely folded.
Folding is the easy part, but the real question is if you actually want to lift it, and honestly, you really do.
For pressing power to actually riding, it took 5.6 seconds. I'm 5'11" and 190 pounds, and this is how the Portola 2 fits me. Now let's see how it does on our 200-foot, 10% grade test hill with throttle only and a 190-pound rider. At 12.75 seconds, this puts it at around 6th place in our lineup, but number 1 for its price point. But the interesting part isn't just how much power it has, it's how that power gets delivered, which you can definitely see as I rip it off the line. It's got a strong start, quickly hits 20 miles per hour, and then soars to 28 with no problem, all without being jerky or feeling like you're losing control.
Honestly, feels a lot faster off the line than I was expecting. Very strong and controlled.
For braking, we tested 20 miles per hour and slam on the brakes 3 times in a row.
Brakes feel strong, controlled, and there's great engine shutoff, which is super important.
One of the biggest changes isn't something you see, it's the new Intuit Drive torque sensing pedal assist. Instead of the motor kicking off at one fixed level, pay attention to how much the bike changes on how hard I'm actually pedaling.
Yeah, that felt really good. The Lite feels like a hand on your back kind of a deal, and once you start to pick up power and pedal pretty hard, it matches your movement. Yeah, no complaints. Very strong, very controlled.
High-powered torque sensor systems aren't always easy to make smooth. So what I really want to know was whether this feels natural with a 750 watt motor. This is where good pedaling assist tuning really matters on a folding bike.
I mean, even at walking speed, it doesn't feel jerky, which is very surprising.
There's 100 millimeters of front travel, and this is what it's actually doing underneath me. Ride quality is smooth. When you pedal, you get smooth power, and while you ride, you get smooth suspension. The other big update is the electronics. This is now a 3.5-inch color display with smart BMS information, iOS Find My, and way more control over how the bike actually delivers its power. The important thing isn't that these settings exist, it's whether you can actually make the bike feel different, and changing the output really made a difference, especially if you're changing the boost mode. Ride1UP also talks a lot about how quiet the motor is, so we measured it and got 72 decibels. Compared with other folding e-bikes we've ridden around this price, sounds like a strong but efficient motor, and it's definitely quieter than the average. There's also an important difference between these versions. The regular Portola 2 gets the integrated rack and fenders, while the Lite strips some of that utility away to hit the lower prices. And this might be the wildest part of the update. It still starts under $900. The Lite is $895 with a 10 amp hour battery or $995 with 15 amp hours. The regular Portola 2 is $995 or $1,095 with the bigger battery. But is the 15 amp hour battery worth $100 more? Is this standard model's rack and fenders worth another $100? Does the redesigned framed Intuit Drive and electronics actually feel like a sub $1,000 bike? Honestly, our bike at $995 in this configuration feels like a seriously valuable bike for the money. For lighting, this is what it actually looks like from the saddle. For range, we're testing the 15 amp hour version, and we got 39.2 miles with a 190-pound rider in 85-degree Fahrenheit weather. Since jumping from 10 to 15 amp hours costs another 100, this is probably the number I'd use to decide whether that upgrade is actually worth it to you. The reason we're putting this much scrutiny on the Portola 2 is because the original didn't just show up on one of our lists once. It was consistently one of our best folding e-bike picks for multiple years. It worked well because it was affordable, useful, compact, and didn't try to overcomplicate the formula. formula, so the 2 doesn't need to reinvent the Portola. It just needs to make things we already liked noticeably better. So who does a bike like the Portola 2 actually make the most sense for? First up, RV owners and campers, because it's easy to bring along without needing a full-size bike rack. Also, you can fold it down and store it inside an RV, camper, or a storage compartment. It's also good for anyone who wants to carry an e-bike inside a car or an SUV. No hitch rack or roof rack required. If you don't want your bike permanently hanging off the back of your vehicle, this is exactly where a folder starts making sense. Next, if you live in an apartment or a condo, fold it down and you can take up less floor space. Also, it's easier to tuck into a closet, entryway, or even a corner. Finally, it's good for people with cramped garages. Fits around cars, tools, lawn equipment, and everything else already fighting for garage space. Fold it when you're not riding, rather than dedicating a full bike-length spot to it. Just remember, folding doesn't automatically mean lightweight. Our verified weight is 64.7 pounds, so if you're buying it specifically to lift into an SUV or RV every weekend, that's one of the numbers I'd pay attention to.
So did Ride1UP actually improve one of our favorite e-bikes without ruining what made it good? Honestly, yeah. It's just the Portola with better tech, more range, and most importantly, a smoother pedal feel.